Let me tell you about Sarah, a busy mother of two who worked as a delivery driver in a mid-sized city like Maniavos. Sarah had a routine. Every morning, she would wake up, get her kids ready for school, and head out to start her delivery route. She was good at her job, efficient, and had built a reputation for being reliable. One particular morning started like any other. Sarah was running a bit late. Her youngest had misplaced his homework, and the resulting search had put her schedule back by 15 minutes. As she rushed to her delivery van, she noticed something small. The side mirror on the passenger side was slightly loose. It had been that way for a few days, wobbling just a little when she adjusted it. Sarah paused for a moment. She could stop and tighten it properly, which might take 5 minutes. Or she could leave it for later and make up the time she'd lost that morning. It seemed like such a minor issue. The mirror still worked. She could still see through it. What difference would 5 minutes make? This is where our story reaches its crucial moment. Sarah made a choice, one that seemed significant in the moment, but would prove to be transformative. She decided to take those 5 minutes. She grabbed her toolkit from the back of the van, tightened the mirror properly, and even checked the other one while she was at it. As she drove her route that day, everything seemed normal. She made her deliveries, chatted with regular customers, and navigated through traffic. Then, during her afternoon deliveries, something unexpected happened. Sarah was preparing to merge into a busy intersection when she glanced at her passenger side mirror. In it, she saw a young cyclist approaching quickly from an angle that would have been invisible without that properly positioned mirror. The cyclist was moving fast, earbuds in, not paying full attention to the traffic around them. Because Sarah's mirror was secure and properly adjusted, she saw the cyclist clearly. She waited an extra 3 seconds before merging. The cyclist passed safely. Nothing dramatic happened, no near miss, no sudden braking, no moment of panic, just a normal, safe interaction in traffic. Sarah didn't think much about it at the time. She completed her deliveries and went home to her family. Here's where the story becomes truly remarkable. That young cyclist was Alex, a college student heading to campus for an important presentation. Alex was nervous, distracted, and admittedly not paying as much attention to traffic as they should have been. If Sarah had merged without seeing them, the outcome could have been very different. Alex made it to campus safely, delivered their presentation, and impressed the professor who later became their mentor. That mentorship led to a research opportunity. Years later, Alex would go on to develop innovative safety protocols in urban planning that would make cities safer for pedestrians and cyclists. But it doesn't end there. Sarah's decision to fix that mirror didn't just affect Alex. It affected Sarah herself. That small act of maintenance reminded her of something important, that paying attention to the little things matters. Over the following weeks, she started implementing a pre-route vehicle check, taking just 10 minutes each morning to inspect her van properly. 3 months later, during one of these checks, Sarah discovered that one of her tires had significant wear that wasn't visible from a casual glance. She replaced it before it could fail on the highway. She would never know for certain, but that tire might have caused a serious situation at highway speeds. Sarah's story illustrates a fundamental truth about safety. The smallest decisions often have the biggest impact. We live in a world where we're constantly tempted to skip the small steps, to save a few minutes here and there, to assume that minor issues can wait. But safety isn't built on dramatic interventions. It's built on consistent, small choices that we make every single day. It's built on the decision to spend 5 minutes fixing something that seems fine instead of leaving it for later. It's built on the discipline to maintain our equipment, even when everything seems to be working okay. Research in safety science has consistently shown that most major incidents aren't caused by single catastrophic failures. Instead, They're the result of multiple small oversights that align in just the wrong way. When we address the small issues, we prevent those alignments from ever happening. Think about it in your own life. Maybe it's checking the batteries in your smoke detector. Maybe it's replacing a worn doormat that could cause someone to trip. Maybe it's fixing a loose handrail or organizing cables to prevent tripping hazards. These tasks take minutes, cost little or nothing, but their potential impact is enormous. Why do we often skip these small safety steps? There are several reasons. First, there's the time pressure we all feel in our busy lives. 5 minutes can seem precious. Second, there's the optimism bias, the tendency to believe that bad things happen to other people, not to us. Third, there's the fact that when we skip these small steps and nothing bad happens, it reinforces the behavior. But here's the thing. Safety isn't about what happens most of the time. It's about being prepared for the exception, for the one time when circumstances align in an unexpected way, creating a culture of small safety decisions. So, how do we change our mindset? How do we become people who consistently make those small safety decisions? It starts with awareness and routine. First, recognize that every small safety decision is an investment. You're not just fixing a mirror or checking a tire. Investing in your future, in your family's future, and in the safety of everyone around you. Second, build routines that make safety checks automatic. When safety becomes part of your routine, it doesn't feel like a burden. It becomes as natural as brushing your teeth or locking your door. Third, share your safety mindset with others. When we normalize taking care of small safety issues, we create communities where everyone looks out for each other. Sarah's decision to spend 5 minutes fixing a loose mirror reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference. We don't need to be safety professionals or have expensive equipment. We just need to pay attention to the small things and take action when we notice something that needs fixing. The next time you notice something small that could be a safety concern, whether it's in your car, your home, or your workplace, remember Sarah's story. Take those 5 minutes, tighten that bolt, check that connection, replace that worn item. You might never know the accident you prevented or the life you impacted, but that's okay. The smallest safety decisions often have the biggest impact, not because they're dramatic or noticeable, but because they create a foundation of care and attention that ripples out in ways we and always see. And that makes all the difference. What small safety decision will you make today?